Welcome to Show Me Something Wrong.
Where each episode, one of us chooses a movie to watch that the other hasn't seen. The movie is often obscure, usually odd, and always wrong. I'm Dave.
And I'm Guy.
And this mini-season we're focusing on rip-offs, unofficial sequels, and wrong adaptations. Today I've chosen the movie, and it is Titus Andronicus. It's from 1998, directed by Christopher Dunn, and written by William Shakespeare.
Oh, God. Did he do the actual script for this one?
Well, it's a word-for-word adaptation of his play, so he did technically write the script.
Okay, yeah. Word for word, that would be why I didn't understand anything that was going on in this fucking film. I'll tell you what, it actually, doing this intro just now, it resonated with me quite a lot, the film that the other one hasn't seen part, because I barely watched this film. I was so lost throughout this entire film, and before we get into the movie itself, you did give me the okay to kind of skip through some parts, which I very much took advantage of, because this movie is how long?
It's like 2 hours, 20 minutes or something like that.
Of non-stop Shakespearean English.
Yeah.
I tell you what, yeah, I mean, we studied Shakespearean English in school to a certain degree, but watching this, I was like, I have no fucking idea what is going on. It is so alien to me.
Sure.
And it's like, I mean, it's constant dialogue in this film. And it's like, I was watching the scenes and then listening to the people talk, and then I have to like backwards translate that into modern day English and then apply it to a story that I do not know. Like, I have no idea about Titus Andronicus, and pretty much any other Shakespearean story for that matter. So I was just like, what's going on? What are these people saying?
Yeah, no, completely understandable. And yeah, there's a process to understand it. And it was a bit unfair of me to just throw this one at you.
I think I understood the unsubtitled Thai movie that I brought last year more than this.
Oh, God. Well, yeah, maybe let's talk a little bit about Shakespeare before we get into
that old fella.
into this. So the reason I ended up watching this is, this year and probably into next year, I'm doing a Shakespeare deep dive.
Okay, now, why?
Well, it was one of those things where I was like, I know the ones that I studied in school. I love some of his plays that I'd read and watched, but there were so many that I didn't know about, and I feel like it's an important thing to know, just because it's like the basis of so much writing, and
everything stems from that, doesn't it?
Exactly, yeah. And to be honest, it's actually one of the best missions I've set for myself, because
it's certainly a task, isn't it?
Yeah, and I've really enjoyed it. I've honestly enjoyed it. So I've basically, I'm planning to read all his plays in essentially as much as you can chronological order. Yeah, that's why I've ended up watching this.
So does that mean not only are you like reading the plays, but you're also watching many, if not all, the adaptations?
Not all the adaptations, but
there must be a few.
But many. So yeah, the reason you probably don't know this story is Titus Andronicus is not a popular Shakespeare play. Okay. So this is not Macbeth or Romeo and Juliet. This is an early play from Shakespeare. In its day, it was actually a big hit.
Okay.
But in the Victorian era, it got reevaluated or de-evaluated as sort of bottom of the barrel Shakespeare, and was dismissed as like just a gory shock sort of play, which it is.
When you say in its day, when is that?
In like the late 1500s. So in the late 1500s, it was a hit. In the 1800s, it was not a hit.
So people were reviewing things back then, and those reviews are still lurking around.
Well, that is something like kind of funny about Shakespeare is like a lot of the plays that are like long forgotten were massive hits back then.
Right.
They just change over time in popularity. But yeah, after the Victorian era, this has clawed back some fan base. And personally, I fucking love this play. I think it's like maybe my favorite Shakespeare play because it is completely fucking batshit insane. And it's full of, gore, black comedy, and it's one of the most mean-spirited pieces of writing, I think, ever put together. So
it is pretty off the rails, yeah, and 100% on point with the gore factor. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, so how I got to see this particular adaptation. So the way I've been getting into Shakespeare plays is first I'll read the play and I'll be like, don't understand any of this.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
So I'll read like a scene and be like, what happened there? And then I'll read like essentially like as you said, a modern language translation. And I'll be like, oh, okay, that makes more sense now. Then I'll read a bunch of background information on the play, and then I'll watch like a few productions, like live productions or whatever. And if there's a movie adaptation that's meant to be good, I'll put that on. Titus Andronicus has a much better known film adaptation than this one. It's just called Titus from 1999.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, and that film is banging. It is great. So it's directed by Julie Taymor, stars Anthony Hopkins, Jessica Lange, Alan Cumming. Much, perhaps a better cast than this adaptation.
The cast in this is fucked. What is going on? Who are these people?
We'll get to that.
Jesus Christ.
But that Anthony Hopkins version is actually my favorite Shakespeare film adaptation. I think it's great. So I'd watched that version, and I was planning to leave it there. And then when I was on Letterboxd and I typed in Titus, I accidentally wrote Titus Andronicus, like put the full title, and this thing popped up. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Have you seen the VHS cover?
No.
Wait, have a look up on Letterboxd.
All right, hang on. Christopher Dunn. Oh, yeah, here we go.
All right, so you got the cover. Can you describe what that cover is?
I mean, it's a pretty banging picture. It has a style. It's like an old kind of like, what is it? It's not an oil painting style, but it kind of feels like an old like action movie poster. It's like a dude it looks like a fucking white tank top, like a white beater or something. He's got a machete, a bloody machete, and he's holding up a face that has been removed from the head in like Texas Chainsaw Massacre mask style, and then the head, the faceless head with his bulging eyes out slightly below it, and the tag. William Shakespeare's savage epic of brutal vengeance, Titus Andronicus. Yeah, it has real like action movie vibes, this poster. I think that the font and the coloring and everything, it's great.
Yeah, exactly, like 1980s Rambo ripoff energy, right?
Awesome.
When I saw that poster, I was like, all right, I'll watch this. And a few minutes into it, I was like, this is absolutely fucked, and I knew immediately that it was podcast material. However, I very nearly didn't do it for the podcast, partly because the running time is insane. Yeah, and I knew that would kill you. The other thing that was a big problem is I could not find any information on this film initially. I was like weighing it up: do I do it or not do it for months? Yeah. This has been in the work for a long time, this episode. So there's basically nothing about Titus Andronicus, this film, online, at least anymore. Oh. So there's an inactive Facebook page with basically no useful information at all. And there's also an old website, titusandronicus.com, which no longer exists. However, you can view it in, the Wayback Machine. Yeah. And that gave me, bits and pieces, but it's very much written from the perspective of the director. So it's like very glowing presentation of the film. So I felt like I didn't have enough backstory on this film to really do it justice. And I went through every cast member and crew member in the credits and searched for them online. Yeah, this was back at the start of 2025.
Damn.
When I first started trying to find people. Yeah, I can't remember which month, but I did actually find someone involved in the film, sent him a message, and I was like, weird question, but were you in a 90s adaptation of Titus Andronicus? And he was like, yep. And he got back to me. He said he would answer my questions, and I'm like, oh, this is great. I've got it. This is going to be a great episode. But then weeks went by, kept reminding him to answer me. Then months started to go by, and I think he's just a busy guy, and the replies just stopped, and I was like, fuck.
Did you get anything out of him?
No, he replied a bit at the start, but I think he got a bit sick of me asking him. Damn. So at that point I was pretty much ready to give up. Everyone else that I'd found had not gotten back to me. I think all their accounts were, old accounts that don't get used anymore.
Sure.
I dug through so many Facebook pages. I saw a lot of political content that I didn't want to see based on where this film was made, which we'll get to soon.
Oh, okay.
And in the last episode, Diabolical Inheritance, when I announced that I was going to do this film at the end, that was a decision I made kind of as we were recording that episode, because I'm like, I've got nothing. Is it worth it?
Was there anything that factored into that?
I was just like, we've got to do it. It's just no one's talking about this film. So after we recorded that episode, I was like, fuck, what am I going to do? I've got to get some information for this film. And I did another mad 2 a.m. search for more people. I'm like, there must be someone that I've missed. And there was. There was one actor that I had not come across until this 2 a.m. search.
God.
So yeah, I found someone on Facebook who's on Facebook. It has like previous name, I guess, like if you get married and your name changes. So I found someone whose name was previously Amanda Gezik, which is the name of the actress who plays Lavinia in the film. She's the one who gets her tongue cut out. And she was from the place that this film was shot. She kind of looked too young to be the person. So I was like, oh, is it actually her? I'm not sure. So I almost didn't send a message, but
nothing to lose.
Doesn't matter. Nothing to lose. Worst case scenario, I just confused some random lady on Facebook. So I sent a message, and she got back pretty quickly, like within like half an hour.
Oh, wow.
And yes, she was, in fact, the actress from Titus Andronicus. And she answered all of my questions in amazing detail and gave me so much stuff I was not expecting to find out about this film that blew my mind. Yeah, the whole time I was getting the answers, I was just like squealing with joy. And so huge thanks to Amanda, who was very helpful, very, very cool. So throughout the episode, I'll sprinkle in a lot of information from her and also some stuff from that old website from the Wayback Machine. Yeah. I also found out some other absolutely insane stuff along the way, like after getting the information from Amanda that was my brain is broken from doing this episode.
My brain is broken from just watching the movie.
So maybe before we get into the film, I think it might be good to try and explain just in a general way what this is, like what this film is. So from the Titus Andronicus website, this is on the front page of the old website. I don't know, I just found this really funny the way this is written. All right. Our previous website of this new Shakespearean horror / cult classic was immensely popular worldwide. Students from Japan to Sweden to India frequently downloaded images from our site. However, Some casual web surfers were concerned by the Shakespeare-inspired imagery of graphic violence, torture, and serial murder. If you may be offended by Shakespearean blood and guts and non-sexual content of an adult nature, hit the back button on your browser now. To explore the dark recesses of William Shakespeare's classic tale of obsessive revenge, this is in capitals, and to buy the video and other related items, click the link below.
Hells yeah.
Isn't that so, it's like so late 90s, early 2000s internet, isn't it?
It's got some nice slang in there, some of its time vocabulary. I like it. It's kind of like that era of like today's smash that like button and subscribe, isn't it?
Exactly. But in this case, smash that back button if you don't like it.
So wait, did you say on our previous website?
My feeling based on that, it seems like there were complaints about the content of the site and it got taken down or something.
Damn.
So that's how the website introduces the film. But Guy, if you were to describe this film, if you can even call it a film, like aesthetically and in a sort of general kind of way, how would you describe it? Like how it looks and what it is?
First of all, it's not filmed like a film. It's not a film, not like a movie film that you would it doesn't look like what you would associate a movie to look like. It looks like a theater production that's been filmed.
Yeah.
So it is very much just like long static shots of people talking.
Yep.
But then every now and again it'll cut to extreme gore and have like full-on practical effects. That's pretty much all I can say. It's like a theater production where they have cut to shoot some crazy gore scenes.
And lots of like the video's very hazy.
Oh yeah. I was gonna so this is a VHS dub, isn't it?
Yeah, VHS dub. And the music as well is just like this relentless weird warbling score going throughout it as well.
Yeah, is it like all keyboards and stuff? I think that there's this one part in this film that I fucking loved because when anyone entered the room, there was like this little like trumpet noise played on the keyboard, and it was like.
I think my favorite is what do you call that instrument where like the theremin? Is that what it's called?
Oh yeah,
there's a lot of those kind of sounds in it as well. It's absolutely bonkers. So let's talk about where this film is from and when it's from. So there's a lot of fascinating stuff from the making of this film. So this film was shot in 1997 in September through to November.
Wow.
Sounds like a pretty long shoot. And it was shot in Tampa, Florida. Not the kind of place you'd expect.
Shakespeare in Tampa.
And as you said, it's basically like a filmed play. And Amanda said that they rehearsed it like you would a play. Before any scenes were shot, they would just rehearse the scene, and then just shoot it like a play, basically. Let's get to the director. Oh, fuck. God, there's so much stuff about this film. I'm so excited to tell you these things. So, the director's name is Christopher Dunn.
Yeah.
And I found his old, now defunct website as well. And there's some interesting stuff there. So, the introduction to Christopher Dunn, this is how he's described. Performing authentic sea shanty music.
Wait. Hang on, I couldn't make it through the first sentence. Wait, what is that?
Do you know, like, sea shanties?
You're,
like, singing, like, a little pirate song?
Yeah. Sea shanty music.
It gets more interesting.
Sorry, can you start from the beginning again?
Sure.
You threw me off.
Performing authentic sea shanty music is Dunn's favorite artistic expression. However, Dunn's primary artistic discipline is oil painting in the tradition of the old Dutch masters.
Oh, he's a man of culture.
Yeah, so that's his intro to himself. So after that, it tells us that an eye injury caused a shift in career path to other commercially oriented art endeavors, including set and theatrical lighting design, and ultimately acting, directing, and producing live theater, independent film, and video.
I feel like all of those things you need vision for.
Yeah. Yeah, just stick to the shanties, mate. So yeah, he became a producer director of regional live theater in Florida. Apparently, he was a bit of a controversial character, this Christopher Dunn. Amanda's teacher in school was against her doing the film because he and Chris were not on friendly terms due to internal drama in the local theater scene.
Oh, drama everywhere.
Sounds like there's a film in there.
I want to see that movie. That would be a very dramatic fight scene. With
the regional theater. Yeah, it's all like very theatrical, very staged. No real punches.
Yeah. But also very like Florida.
Yeah. So yes, Dunn was he had been the head of the Ritchie Suncoast Theater, which was a local theater company that has been around since 1925 and still exists. There you go. So ultimately, the cast of this film were basically just members from this theater company. So Dunn had never directed a film before this. He was used to directing stage performances. My question for Amanda was, why did he make this film, and why Titus Andronicus specifically? She wasn't sure for his exact reasons, but she did know that he liked the fact that this play was Shakespeare's bloodiest play.
Right.
And he also wanted to make an adaptation that was very true to the original play. But here's where it gets even more interesting. This is going to blow your fucking mind, guy. So much more interesting than the director of the film is where the money came from for this film. The executive producer, Joe Redner. So, according to the website, it describes Joe Redner as a Tampa businessman with diverse personal and professional interests, ranging from health and fitness to civic activism. Joe Redner also has extensive entertainment industry interests. And I'm like, all right, doesn't sound very interesting. According to Amanda, the producer of our film was the owner of a huge strip club.
Oh, hey.
I figured the movie was a tax write-off, as he was trying to show that he had some legitimate businesses. I was planning to leave it there and just assumed, like, oh yeah, he's just a, sleazy strip club guy.
Sure.
But then I started looking into Joe Redner, and holy fuck, I mean, I could do an entire 2-hour episode just on this guy.
Right.
So Redner is a Tampa, Florida celebrity. He's still alive now.
He's still going?
There's a full documentary about him that I watched called Strip Club King, the story of Joe Redner.
Wow.
And there's so much about him, and I do recommend watching this documentary, but I'm going to try to strip it down to just the basics about this guy.
Yeah.
He owned a famous strip club called the Mon Venus that opened in 1982, and he's known as the father of the nude lap dance.
Oh.
So the club is one of the most famous strip clubs in the US, and even known internationally, I guess, if you're into strip clubs. So this makes him sound like he's just like a sleazy guy.
Yeah. Club owner.
But no, oh my god, there's so much more to him. This documentary, to be fair, it's very one-sided. It's very pro Joe Redner, but he genuinely seems like quite an amazing, intelligent, good guy.
Oh wow, that went in a completely different direction I was expecting.
Yeah, I know. It was blowing my mind. So he'd worked in the industry from a young age. He realized after a court case that protected drive-in theaters from showing films with nudity, because it was like, it's a content of speech, so you're allowed to show nudity at drive-in theaters. He was like, well, I could do the same for a strip club and say it's like, a free speech kind of thing. So he opened the first nude strip club in Tampa, Florida. As soon as he opened this club, he was subject to like immediate raids from the police and legal trouble. They were raided by the police up to 8 times a day.
8 times a day?
A day, yep.
Fucking hell.
It was kind of amazing. He had rotating crews. So basically, he would have a bunch of strippers that would do their bit. They'd get arrested. go to prison, then he'd bring out the next group, and then they would get the others out of prison, and it would just be like rotating around and around and around.
Oh my god.
And his wife, because this was like such a common occurrence, his wife decided to become a bail bondsman just to help out the workers and make it easier. And he was getting arrested 4 times a day, just himself.
Fucking hell.
It's insane.
That's madness.
Despite the constant arrests, the women that worked at his club loved working there because it was safe. He actually cared about the people that worked for him. Not only is he a club owner, but he actually became a champion of free speech.
Oh, wow.
And he had a public access TV show in the 90s called Voice of Freedom. And the clips from it are just so good, mate. Do you want to see some?
Yeah.
My husband's a traffic homicide investigator, and you know what? Atheists always pray to God when they're about to die.
You know what, lady? That's a not just a lie, that's a goddamn lie.
Are you going to apologize to me?
Fuck no.
You open that big mouth of yours and start yelling and screaming and swearing at me.
But I said, you're such a fucking liar. Get to the goddamn issue. This I know, 'cause the Bible tells me so.
But like my kind are causing people.
Do you think you're wicked?
I know I'm not wicked.
Well, then, what did you just say?
I'm speaking.
What did you just say?
I said.
What did you just say?
Men do not know they're wicked.
And you don't think you're wicked, right?
I'm saying, do you think you are wicked?
I know I'm not wicked.
Okay, then. I have professors sitting here beside me and a doctor too.
Professor of what? Dung?
Wait, he sounds like a right laugh. I want to go for drinks with him.
I just loved that. Like, it's just these like conservative people calling him up, complaining about him. He's like, fuck you.
Sounds like he gave 0 fucks.
Truly great. So yeah, in 1999, Tampa proposed a lap dance ban. And this ban meant that there had to be a 6-foot barrier between the dancers and the customers. So in this documentary, the dancers have like poles with fake hands attached, like touching the dance.
It's so dumb.
Oh, it's wild. But yeah, Joe Redner fought this ban like it was a war, basically. So in the documentary, this made national news. So you've got Anderson Cooper, Jon Stewart on the Daily Show, like all talking about this ban. He just basically fought back against it and just continued to be raided and arrested. He got non-stop death threats. But he just kept going and going until eventually the mayor just gave up. And I think from these experiences he had, he became interested in running for office.
Wow.
So he ran for public office many times. I think it was like maybe 7 or 8 times.
Tired of the slick career politician? It's time for honesty and straight talk. It's time for Joe Redner.
The documentary follows like, I think his 7th or 8th race. And it's really, really tight. And there was like a huge turnout. He didn't quite get in, but he makes a really great run from it. And he genuinely does seem like he would have been a great candidate because he clearly like believes in what he's talking about. So yeah, that's who put up the money for this fucking film.
He sounds like a very interesting fella, yeah. And on one hand, yeah, someone like fighting for human rights and equality would be the exact person you would want in office. But then also the kind of person who's like a strip club owner you'd associate as being like a sleazeball and not a desirable person.
Exactly, yeah.
By doing the strip club stuff, may have possibly shot himself in the foot when it came to running for office.
Yeah, it was sort of a catch-22, right? Because he was famous from the strip club stuff. So that's why he was known. That's why he could get votes. But as you said, like that brought a lot of people out against him as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely fascinating. And I could not believe that that's the person behind this.
Yeah. So how did he get involved in this then?
I have no idea. Absolutely no idea how he got involved. But I guess he was just...
He's a lover of the arts.
A lover of the arts. Lover of Shakespeare. There you go. Well, with that backstory, let's get into the film, or the video, perhaps we should say.
Yeah.
And yeah, throughout it, I'll sprinkle in some more stuff as well. So I like that in the film we start with an ad for the website. And it also, it's very 90s as well. It's like, visit us on the World Wide Web.
Love it. I'm going to start including that in my new films. Visit us. Who's us? Us? Who's us? We get an awesome title screen here. I fucking loved it. It's like you got the Titus Andronicus title and then just like blood pouring down it and screams. It's like non-stop curdling screams with blood running down like a title board. I fucking love it.
It's pretty great.
It's great.
Is a genuinely great title.
Very, very DIY.
Very DIY, but in a very endearing way, right? So I know that the story was hard to follow, and I'm not going to give a detailed explanation of the story, but hopefully it'll make a little bit more sense after I've told you about some of the scenes. So we get our title, then we cut to Saturninus, who is one of the two sons of the emperor, who has just died. Right. So we're in Rome. Emperor's died. We've got Saturninus. He's played by the director, Christopher Dunn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Saturninus gives a big old speech about why he should be the emperor. And then it's announced that Titus Andronicus, an army general, I guess he is returning from battling the Goths.
Now, explain that to me.
The Goths?
The Goths, because we have the Queen of the Goths, and in modern day language, that means something else. So I was like, who are the Goths in Shakespearean times?
The Goths, well, not in the Shakespearean times, but in the Roman Empire times, they were a Germanic people, and I don't know a whole lot about them, but I know that they, were part of like the downfall of the Roman Empire. So basically battled with the Romans. So it is a real group of people. It's not just made up for this play. When I first read the play as well, I'm like, Goths?
Yeah, Queen of the Goths. Like, what's she listening to?
Yeah. Got the Cure on.
She's got a wicked playlist.
So yes, he's been battling the Goths, and he brings with him his remaining living sons, of which there are, I think, like 3 or something left. No, 4 sons, and the coffins of his 21 other sons who have all died in the war.
Jesus. Also
with him are some prisoners. So he's got Tamora, the queen of the Goths, as you said, and her sons. We've got Alabas, Chiron, and Demetrius. And also with her is her secret lover, Aaron.
That's such a kind of anticlimactic name after all the other ones.
And we're going to get to Aaron more later because I think it's the funniest thing about the film, but we'll get to that.
Okay.
So Titus, he's come back. He gives a little speech about his dead sons and the ones he's got left. Now, the guy playing Titus is Robert Reese.
Okay.
Now, how would you describe, without being too mean, how would you describe his performance, this Titus guy? So Titus is meant to be a hardened, general, hardcore, violent. Yeah.
It was a bit campy, wasn't he?
Yeah. He's not, he doesn't feel like someone that's been out murdering goths left, right, and center.
No. But his performance wasn't as memorable as the bald fella. He like took all my attention. Aaron.
It's funny because, like, for me, I agree about the actor that played Aaron, but for me, Titus, I just couldn't stop laughing because Anthony Hopkins plays that role in the other film, and he's so good, and he's like he's quite scary, and it's a frightening character. And then we've got this guy who's just like, all right, my sons are dead, and it's just like this absolutely outrageous performance.
Hail Rome, victorious in thy morning weeds, cometh Andronicus to resalute his country with his tears of true joy for his return to Rome.
He's not bad. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous.
It's a take on the character.
Yeah, it's definitely a take.
He brought something to it.
Yeah. So Titus, he wants to avenge his son's deaths, his 21 sons. So he he wants to execute Tamara's eldest son. Tamara, Queen of the Goths, she's very upset about this. She is played by Candy K. Sweet.
That sounds like a stripper name, doesn't
It certainly does.
She's from the club.
So she was another theatre actor from the troupe, and she was also the director's girlfriend, at least at the time.
And so this lady, Candy K,
Candy K. Sweet.
She's the Queen of the Goths.
Queen of the Goths.
She's the one who has, like, she's got her tits out the whole time, basically, right?
Yeah. She's also, like, the most American actress I've ever seen. Like, I don't know what it is about her, but it looks like she's just walked in from a shopping mall.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, guys, what's going on?
Now that you say that she was the director's girlfriend, it really makes sense that she's in this, because she doesn't really have the acting chops to pull off the role. She was just kind of standing around with her boobs out the whole time.
Oh, boy. So some music kicks in, and Titus's living sons start horrifically murdering Tamara's son, pulling his guts out. They're cackling away. They rip his fucking face off.
They do.
Like on the video cover.
Yes. And they're like holding it up in the air, just laughing maniacally with his fucking face.
They're going bonkers.
Yeah.
And then they set his corpse on fire.
I mean, that's pretty great.
Which is nuts. And then they're like kicking the corpse, just laughing. There are no heroes in this play.
No.
Everyone is a massive cunt.
Yeah, but this scene is so over the top, because they've ripped off this guy's face. So you got this, like, mushy, fleshy skull still with the eyes in its sockets, which are still, like, moving around.
Yeah.
And everyone is so hammy. Everyone's acting in this is so hammy, and they're just constantly laughing, just like
I was impressed with the effects though.
Oh, the effects are great.
Yeah,
the effects are great. And I can't talk about the dialogue because I have no idea what's being said. But the special effects were fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, really surprising, because especially the way that this has been shot, it just seems like an extremely low budget independent production, which had, it seemed like no one knew what they were doing, visually. It looks like shit. It looks like it's been filmed by someone who has no idea how to film something. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah.
It's very locked off and uninteresting.
But then you'll have these like great special effects come in.
What was interesting as well, it was the stage crew from the theater productions were making these effects.
Wow, that's impressive.
These were the same effects that they, I guess, would have had on the stage.
Oh.
And everything was obtained very cheaply. And they're considered, like Amanda was saying, like they're low budget movie effects. But I thought they were really impressive.
They're really good, yeah. But it's funny, you say that they used them on the stage. So they would have been doing this theater production at the time, and then this is the movie adaptation of that, I assume. So. But I don't know how they would have used some of these effects in an actual play where they weren't able to like cut in between takes and
For
things.
sure, yeah. It definitely wouldn't have been this extreme.
Mm-hmm.
And also, they definitely couldn't have done this on stage. So this particular scene with the sun getting set on fire, apparently they used the remains of 3 pigs.
Oh.
And drenched them in alcohol and flaked shotgun powder.
Oh my god.
To set it alight?
The fuck? That's madness. That's absolutely insane.
So Tamara's watching her son getting ripped apart, burnt to bits. And they head off all sad.
As you would.
Yeah. And as Titus is looking at the gory mess that he's left here, his daughter Lavinia shows up. So this is Amanda. This is the actress I spoke to. So this is quite shocking. She was 16 when filming began.
Damn.
16. And turned 17 during the production. So she was a senior in high school at the time. She had known the play Titus Andronicus and had done a monologue from it. And it was pitched to her dad. So like they asked her dad, who is friends with the guy that plays Aaron, basically asking if she would like to be in the film, and he volunteered her for the film. Just a bit about Amanda's experience. So just to be clear, this is her experience.
Yep.
Just so we don't get into trouble. So she says, the director was a bit of a chauvinist. Mm-hmm. I was 16 and my outfit was held on my body with double-sided tape and my underwear was a gold thong. He treated the guys better than the girls. He got fired from several theater companies.
Oh.
I just wanted the experience and it was nice to get paid for acting. She said she was paid $500.
Right.
I don't think that's for a day. I guess that's
Total.
all up.
That's not a lot for what you said, 2 months work?
Yeah, even more, I think. Yeah.
Film
Yeah, and because she was a minor, they would have to basically stop filming once they reached the time limit, which apparently really pissed off the filmmakers.
That's why you don't cast kids.
Didn't need to for this role. She said the budget was very low. The hairdresser was employed by Busch Gardens Theme Park, which is an animal themed theme park, which is still in operation. I looked it up.
Okay.
So this guy, the hairdresser, don't know, was he doing animals haircuts?
Combs monkeys' hairs on the weekends and.
So yeah, he did the hair and makeup. He did the hair and makeup for the figure skating show that was at the animal theme park.
Not the monkeys.
Unless it was monkeys doing the figure skating.
I'd watch that.
And yeah, Amanda did her own makeup, and it was a lot of late nights. They shot it at night because everyone else had day jobs or went to school. So it sounds like a fun time.
Yeah, sure. So she was going to school whilst filming this as well, so she would have had to balance both.
Yeah.
That sounds very tough.
Exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go, that's her experience, and a little bit more on her later as well. So she's shown up, and we also meet Titus's brother, Marcus. I'm not sure if you remember this guy, but the actor Richard Porter, I found very funny because he has a very strong Southern accent.
Oh, yeah.
And he's very flat. So he's like, hey, Titus, how you doing? Like this kind of thing. And yeah, according to Amanda, like, this is shot in Florida, but a lot of people in Florida are actually not from the South. A lot of people move from different places. But this guy was an actual Southerner.
Right.
Something else that was interesting, because I found it really, really funny that he had this Southern accent. But there's actually a movement happening now on TikTok and stuff like that Amanda told me about, where a lot of people are saying like early modern English, including Shakespeare's, dialogue, actually shares a lot of features with Southern American English.
Really?
Yeah. So a lot of people are saying, well, actually, maybe we should be doing Shakespeare plays with the Southern
That
accent.
would be so funny.
Yeah. Wherefore art thou, Juliet?
Oh, God. I'd watch that.
We're not used to hearing it in that accent, right?
No.
So it is just truly bizarre to hear. But yes, anyway, so this is Marcus, and Marcus thinks that Titus should become the emperor.
That's right.
Rather than the dead emperor's two idiot sons. Titus refuses the offer, but he agrees to choose the emperor out of the two sons. And he says that Saturninus, the oldest brother, should be the emperor. This is the scene where the theremin is just going mental.
Oh, yeah,
it's like, like the whole way through this.
Long live our emperor.
Patricians and plebeians, we create Saturninus, Rome's great emperor, and say, long live our emperor Saturnina.
While this is all happening, Saturninus, the now emperor, because Titus has given him that role.
Sure.
He's looking real horny at Tamara, the queen of the Goths. And he's like, fuck, I wish I could marry her, but I'm already engaged to Lavinia, the 16-year-old daughter of Titus. But Lavinia's like, no, that's fine.
You go ahead. You do you.
You do you. Go marry Tamara. And he just starts making out with her.
He does. He chooses the big-titted goth as the queen.
But his brother, Bassianus,
So many names.
He's wanting to hook up with Lavinia.
Oh, it's a free-for-all, isn't it?
Yeah. But this pisses off Titus.
Oh, no.
Lavinia's dad, because Lavinia is betrothed to the emperor, and he's like, come on, you're breaking the rules.
Oh, man.
And Titus calls treason on his own daughter. So basically he's like, yeah, you can't marry my daughter. You know, she's got to marry your brother. And the two of them run off.
Yeah.
And Titus's sons protect Bassianus and Lavinia against their own father, who's like running after them with a sword to kill them. And I don't know if you picked this up, but one of Titus's own sons is like stopping Titus from chasing after Lavinia, and he just stabs his own son to smithereens.
He does. He's the blonde kid, isn't he?
Yeah.
And I just his screams. All the screams are all done in post. It seems like a lot of the dialogue done in post, and it's all very pitiful. It's all just like,
Actually, that's so very observant of you, because like a lot of the screams were done in post, and it was actually the actor who plays Aaron doing most of those screams.
Oh, really? Well, that's surprising, because his performance on screen was fucking nuts.
Yeah.
But then if he was doing all the posts, like, he should have given it a bit more. Because all the stuff in post seemed like really kind of just deflated.
It's very like
yeah. Oh no, you've stabbed me. I guess I will die now. Yeah. So one of the sons is now dead.
Yeah, so he's killed one of his sons, and understandably, his other sons are like, Dad, what the fuck? What have you done?
That's not cool, man.
Yeah, and especially his oldest son, Lucius, who's the one on the cover holding up the face. So this guy's played by Alexander Chu, who had also starred in a theatrical production of Mice and Men.
Oh?
He played the character George with the director of this, Christopher Dunn, playing Lenny, which would have been absolutely hilarious to see. So anyway, a son's been killed, and then Saturninus, the emperor, comes back and is like, oh yeah, don't worry, I'm going to marry Tamara, the queen of the gods. And Titus is like, oh, all right. I killed my son for nothing. And then we cut to Aaron. Aaron the Moor. Do you know the term Moor? What that refers to?
No.
This is so fucking funny, guy. I cannot express to you how fucking funny this is. So, the term Moor, M-O-O-R.
Okay.
This was a term that basically was used to indicate dark-skinned North Africans of certain areas of the world. Now, what did you notice about the actor Lexton Rayleigh as the actor?
He's not very dark, is he?
No. And when I was watching this, I was like, wait. What the fuck? Because it's very, very, very important that this character is black. It's very important to the story of the play,
right,
which we'll get to later.
Yeah.
And when I was watching it, I was like, is he actually black and I'm being like, am I not seeing this? Or, you know, like I had self-doubt.
The white guy, you're like, wait, is he actually black?
Yeah, I was just like, you know, not sure, you know, I was like, I'm pretty convinced that this is a very much a white guy, but I wanted to check.
Self-questioning yourself.
Yeah. I asked Amanda this, and this is so funny. So she said, Lex used self-tanner and shaved his head so he could play the role. I thought it was hilarious. He is very white.
He used self-tanner? He just looked like I tell you what he looks like. He looks like the guy from the Crystal Maze.
What's the Crystal Maze?
You don't have the Crystal Maze in wherever you are from.
What's that?
Fuck. Okay, in which case it was the guy from Rocky Horror Picture Show. The guy with the long hair. He's the...
Oh, yeah.
I've forgotten his name.
He's the writer of the film.
Yeah. So he's like bald. They're completely bald, kind of skinny, and kind of got like bug-eyed, right? He's a bit bug-eyed.
He does look like him. Yeah.
So...
What's that guy's name? It's... Oh, fuck. I feel bad that Richard something. Anyway,
he looks like that. So doesn't look black, at all. He doesn't even look tanned, despite self-tanning or whatever he did.
So the reason he got this role, despite being very white, he was a close friend of the director, and Chris only let his friends be in this film, basically. So, yeah, but I feel like, come on, it's pretty important that this character's black, but anyway.
In this film, is he referred to as a Moor?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And, and later on there's a scene that makes no sense. But we'll get to that later. Right. So Aaron the Moor, or not Moor, is he's the secret lover of the Queen of the Goths.
Right.
And he's planning to cause a whole lot of trouble for everybody. So then Tamara's disgusting sons, the guys dressed in purple.
Those guys are cunts, aren't they? I really hated them.
They are real cunts. And they come over and they're arguing over who gets to bonk Lavinia, basically. Yeah. It's like, I'm going to do it. No, I'm going to do it.
And don't they start, like, stabbing each other?
Yeah, they're having, like, a little fight.
Over who's going to fuck someone.
Yeah. And Aaron is like, all right, hang on. I've got a little cheeky idea. A little plot of rape and villainy. And we're going to get rid of Bassianus, the brother that's with Lavinia. And then you guys can take her by force, basically. And we're going to do it on a hunt. Everyone's like going on a big hunt together out in the woods, and that's where we're going to do it.
The forest walks are wide and spacious, and many unfrequented plots there are fitted by kind for rape and villainy.
So then we cut to the hunt. We're out in the woods, right? So I thought this would be a good time to talk about the set.
This was a good set, wasn't it?
This is quite good, yeah. So this was filmed in a 10,000 square foot soundstage, which was constructed within a 50,000 square foot structure near Tampa Airport. And it had, all these sets for like the Roman street, the interior and exterior of a house, a tomb, a forest, and various other locations within this.
Awesome.
So the forest that we're in now was built indoors, and they used a lot of actual soil, trees, and truckloads of Spanish moss.
You need that.
Don't know what that is. And it was so authentic that tropical insects, birds, and rats started living in it.
What the fuck? That's madness.
So in this soundstage they were filming in, this is so fucked up. The average temperature during filming was 110 degrees Fahrenheit,
Jesus.
Which is 43 degrees Celsius.
Bit spicy.
Absolutely not. So when the actors were not drenched in blood, they were frequently hosed down with water.
I did notice that people were very sweaty in this film.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So it was really fucking hot, and it was so hot that fainting actually became a problem.
Oh, God.
Yeah, absolutely nuts. And also, on top of that, because they were filming near the airport, there was often like vibrations and noise coming from planes going over the top, where they had to like stop filming for like hours because it'd be like a certain time of day where lots of planes were going.
Jesus Christ.
What a fucking nightmare. And from Amanda's experience, oh fuck, here we go. I've been so excited to tell you this part. It's horrible.
Oh no.
So Amanda says, it was filmed in a warehouse building with no air conditioning. The director liked it. He wanted us looking hot and sweaty. The building was also used to film confessions of adult film stars and strippers for a show on HBO at the time.
Okay.
My dressing room was one of the rooms that they filmed that in, and it was animal print themed. The building was later sold to the IRS as a field office.
Fuck.
And then here's something really gross. This is a thing that I was like, can't wait to tell Guy this because this is absolutely fucked. So Amanda said, a gross story is that one of the set painters liked to paint using his girlfriend's menstrual blood.
Oh, no.
And would talk about it. He said he hid one or two, and the rest were for his personal use. But he said that he couldn't create that reddish-brown color any other way.
Oh, yes, you can. There are many. There are many.
Quite a few. Lots of different
shades of
use. So she says the whole set smelt of sweat and dirt and animal blood, and I guess
period blood,
menstrual blood too. And yeah, she said that the director wanted us to feel like we were living it, not just acting it. And it was kind of like a fever dream.
So are there some like period blood paintings darted around in the film?
Yeah, hidden around.
Oh my goodness! I wonder if you could.
I guess it's the set. Like some of the sets, he would have used that on the walls or whatever.
God, sounds awful.
Anyway, so we're in this forest on a hunt, and
it just sounds awful.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to paint the picture in my head. It's hot. It's sweaty. There's burning pigs. There's period blood paintings. That's a lot. That's a lot for a 16-year-old girl to go through on the set, like in between school and shit as well.
Absolutely, yeah. What an experience.
Yeah,
horrific.
It's not one you easily come back from.
Not fun. Not fun.
No.
So on this hunt, Aaron goes off and he buries some gold. This is part of this little plot that he's come up with. Tamara shows up and starts intensely making out with Aaron. And I sort of wondered what the director thought about this scene as he was directing it, considering this is his girlfriend making out with his mate.
Yeah.
And yeah, Aaron's babbling about vengeance and how Tamara's sons are going to take Lavinia's tongue and pillage her. And as you said, his performance is fucking outrageous. Yeah. Like, he's so over the top. So much. Like, it's wild.
Every time he talks, he's constantly like raising his eyebrows up and down,
and he's got like one eye with like a contact lens as well, right?
Oh, is he?
He's got like one like clear eye, which he's like really opening that eye as wide as he can, so we can get a good look at it.
Yeah. It's very, very over the top.
And he gives Tamara a scroll and says, "Hey, give this to the emperor, your husband." And then Bassianus, the brother of the emperor, shows up with Lavinia and immediately starts shit-talking Tamara for gallivanting it around in the woods with Aaron the Moor. And then Tamara's shitty sons show up and start stabbing Bassianus madly with like blood flying all over the place. And then they throw his corpse into a pit.
Yeah, they throw him down a hole.
Throw him in a hole.
They throw him in a hole.
And then they turn their attention to Lavinia and say they're gonna rape her on her dead husband's body.
That's a bit bad, isn't it?
And then Lavinia begs Tamara to spare her, but Tamara does not give a fuck and says, "Yep, use her as you will." So then we jump forward in time, and Aaron is leading two of Titus's dumb sons to see Bassianus, the corpse, in the pit.
They're in the pit now, aren't they? They go down there.
Yeah, Aaron pushes one in, and the other tries to help him out and just sort of jumps in.
He does. I thought that was quite funny because he shouts out. He goes, "I come to thee." And then he just like jumps down willingly.
Yeah, like I think this pit effect is actually pretty good. Like
it looks good. This set looks great. Yeah, I was quite impressed.
Yeah, and then we cut back to Tamara's shitty sons with Lavinia, and Chiron, one of the sons, is flinging her about, preparing to rape her. And Amanda says that in the film, Levy Tinker, who plays Chiron, rapes her character. And he was very uncomfortable with the scene, and she had to talk him through it. And they ended up becoming good friends as well. So they're still friends to this day.
Through their rape scene, they became great friends.
For their horrible experience making this film. So then Aaron leads Saturninus, the emperor, to the pit to see Titus's sons in the pit next to his dead brother. And Aaron claims that the sons have killed Bassianus. Then Tamara and Titus also show up, and Tamara has that letter, that scroll that Aaron gave her, which has this story of this fake plot, invented plot of murdering Bassianus, and it mentions that there's a payment hidden by a tree, and that's what that gold was that he buried. So that's like the evidence that Titus's sons have supposedly murdered Bassianus. So then the sons are taken away, and for some reason, I don't think this was in the play, the guards just start fucking chopping off their ears.
Yeah, what's that about? He gets his ear cut off. They all do.
Yeah.
Everyone gets their ears cut off.
And then they pull out a big old sledgehammer and start smashing up their legs.
Yeah.
As well.
He's tied up, he's got no ears, and he gets his legs hammered.
Yeah, both sons getting hammered to smithereens.
I was very happy, because those guys are dicks.
Oh, these are not the Dick sons. These are the Titus's sons.
Oh well.
But you're happy anyway.
I was happy anyway. But it's fine. Whilst they're getting their legs bonked, they do like full-on cross-eyed faces. They're like, whoa.
Yeah, I've got a note about that. I love that cross-eyed moment. And it's just insane the way this is put together. There's just so much screaming. Yeah. And cross-eyed close-ups.
It's funny because whilst they're getting like their ears cut off and their legs bonked, and they're screaming so much, but no one's really struggling or moving. They're just standing there, just going, ah!
Just letting it happen.
But there's no like fight for survival. It's just non-stop screaming with no ears. And then we cut to like, someone gets a sword. Someone stabs the girl in the mouth with a sword and cuts her tongue out.
Yeah, so these are Tamara's shitty sons.
These are the dicks, right?
Yeah, these are the dick sons. And they're, cutting out her tongue.
Bad stuff.
And they rip it out. And it's a bloody huge tongue. And this is a pretty gross thing. So, as I mentioned already, there was some pig corpses used. So, a lot of the effects, the entrails and stuff, were used from rapidly decomposing animal bits.
In that heat as well.
Yeah, acquired from a farm slaughterhouse. So Amanda says of this scene, so in this scene where my tongue was cut out, they used a calf tongue. And since it was so hot in the building, it smelt like rotten meat. And I fainted into Levy's arms. And this is how we became friends.
That's pretty funny. Imagine, so how did you guys meet? Well,
we had to do a horrible rape scene. I talked him through, and then I had a rotten calf tongue in my mouth and fainted into his arms.
So gross.
And Chiron also cuts off her hands.
Very easily, by the way.
Yeah, very easily they pop off, but I thought the hand effects looked pretty cool as well. They're like quite gross. I also thought Amanda's acting here was really good. It's a very panicked, horrible scene.
Yeah.
And they're like kicking around her severed hands and just having a good laugh about this whole thing.
Don't they tell her to go wash her hands after that? She's like all stumpy and got no tongue. They're like, hey, go wash your hands.
It's a very mean play.
They're shit, those guys.
Yeah, they're not great. They're not great. So then we're back to Titus, and he's very upset about his sons being unfairly prosecuted for Bassianus's death. He has a big old sob about it, which I thought was really funny. Just the acting is just wild. And his son Lucius, his last remaining son, I guess, and his brother Marcus, the southerner guy, show up. Yeah, Marcus has Lavinia trailing behind him, who is now tongueless and handless. And she can't say who did this to her because of the lack of tongue and hands.
That'll do it.
And something that is a bit frustrating watching this, like Christopher Dunn said he wanted to be very true to the play, but they cut out the scene where she tells them who did it, which is quite an important scene.
Right.
So there's a scene where she has she puts like a stick or something in her mouth and like writes the names of the sons. But yeah, it's just not in this. They just know somehow later on. But anyway, I thought that was a weirdly important scene to cut out.
Yeah.
So Titus is seeing his like tongueless daughter, and he is flipping out. He's
not happy. Yeah.
Full blown campy like reaction to it. Not a good day for Titus.
No.
And then our mate Aaron shows up, and he says that the Emperor has said, if one of you guys chops off your hand as an offering, he'll let the sons go.
That's right.
And Titus is delighted at this prospect.
With all my heart, I'll give the Emperor my hand. Good Aaron, wilt thou help me to chop it off?
And immediately offers up his hand to Aaron, who once again very easily slices off his hand. And this is pretty great. Like, all the blood spurting out.
Oh, the blood sprays in this are great.
It's really good.
They look great. They look great. Again, probably they couldn't achieve these shots when they were doing the actual like theatre production, because they would have had like all wire work going on underneath. But
I do often wonder how they would have done this like on a stage, because this is a violent play and people loved it because of the gore. Yeah, I watched like a live production of this by the Royal Shakespeare Company, like a more recent one, and they do this scene and with actual gore and stuff.
Right.
And I genuinely don't know how they did it live, but I guess it's like, you know, kind of a magic trick, like the way they're doing it on stage.
Yeah.
It looked really good, that Royal Shakespeare Company version.
I wonder, under all their robes, they have like a little like canister, like a pressured canister, which they somehow are opening or applying pressure to with their free hand, and then blood sprays. I don't know.
They would have to find ways to work this out on stage. Obviously not to the level of gore in this one.
It's very over the top in this.
Yeah. So Aaron has a good old chuckle about chopping off this hand, and he takes the hand away. This play is quite funny, like in a very, very dark way. After this hand's been chopped off, a guard comes over with the heads of Titus's sons.
That's right, yeah.
And the hand.
Another hand.
Yeah, that's Titus's own hand. He's like, hey, yeah, we don't need this. So it was all just a trick to get him to cut off his hand, and the sons are already dead. It's pretty horrible.
That's awful.
But it's also a bit funny as well. Like, this play is a bit funny.
I just didn't get it. I was like, why has this man got heads and hands? I was like, do people just exchange hands in this film? And then the girl walks off with the girl with no hands now and no tongue. She walks off with a hand in her mouth.
Yeah. That's a classic moment that's actually in the real play as well. So he gives her the hand to carry off,
and she just like has it in her mouth like a dog and walks away.
Yeah.
Whose hand is that again? Is that Titus'
That's
hand?
Titus's own hand. It's mad stuff.
There's a lot. How is she still alive?
Yeah.
No hands, no tongue.
Not for long.
Oh,
so
spoiler.
Yeah. Imagine someone getting annoyed. Oh, fucking spoiler for a 1500s play. So yeah, Lucius, the oldest son, he is sent off. He's been banished by the emperor, and Titus has now only got one hand that he's given to his daughter to carry off.
So stupid.
It's wild. It is a bonkers play. It's nuts. So then this is the scene where it's really a big problem that Aaron is not black, basically, because of this scene. So we cut to Aaron and the shitty sons, and we hear that trumpet sound that you love so much.
I do.
And the trumpets are announcing the birth of the emperor's new son. And two nurses show up, and they say there's a problem, that the baby is black.
Oh.
So it doesn't quite work when you've got a white actor playing Aaron here. It's just like, yeah, the baby's black, and everyone's like, oh, I see. But
what the fuck?
This scene has my favorite line in any Shakespeare play.
Okay.
I don't know if you caught it, but it's so funny. So the two shitty sons are really pissed off about Aaron fucking their mum, basically, and that they've ruined her. Like, this is the end of her, that she's given birth to this illegitimate child.
Yeah.
And I think it's Chiron says, like, thou hast undone our mother. And then Aaron turns to him and he's like,
Villain, I have done thy mother.
God.
How good is that?
Is that from the original play?
Yeah, that's in the original play.
Good job.
What a line. So the two shitty sons are arguing who's gonna kill this baby, their half brother. But Aaron wants to protect his son and stops them from doing it. And he asks it's like it's the midwife and a maid or something that have come there. He's like, how many people saw the child? And it was only the two of them and the Empress. So the Emperor has not seen the son. To cover up this illegitimate child, they chop off the maid's hands and head.
Limbs just flying around.
I love the ease in which things get chopped off. It's like, whoa!
Everything dropped just like so seamlessly. Yeah, it's great.
It literally flies off.
And then don't they like stab the mother?
And this is the midwife, I guess. And they're just stabbing her to smithereens.
Yeah.
Just over and over and over. And then like he's stomping on her. And it just goes on and on and on. And this is where the film really reminded me of Wave Productions.
Ah, yeah.
So you go back to our Limbo episode for Wave Production, but it has that kind of almost like fetish vibe with how long this death goes on for and how like bluntly presented it is. It's just like stab, 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 stomp, 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 stab.
And there's like the baby crying the whole time as well.
It's fucking crazy.
And then the son, the purple man, he's like, why'd you do that? Like very unfazed.
Yeah, they're just watching it in this sort of nonchalant kind of way.
The corpse or the mother's looking there just like, being stabbed and stomped to death because she's like, that wasn't very nice.
So basically the plan he has now, so he's got his own baby and he's going to escape with this illegitimate child and they're going to find some other random baby and put that in place of his child. So that's the plan. Anyway, so that happened. And then we cut to Titus and they're like shooting arrows into the city, flaming arrows as a little bit of a threat. And then we get...
Is this the jester?
Now, this scene is normally cut out of productions of this. Like, not normally, but like often it's cut out because it's not a scene that has too much value. But yeah, we've got this clown jester guy showing up who is played by a black guy. So I'm like, well, you did know a black guy.
Yeah.
Why did you not give this guy the role of Aaron? To be fair, though, this guy is not a great actor.
He's also in Whiteface as well, isn't he?
Yeah, well, it's that kind of clown makeup, right? So is it this clown character.
And he's got quite an accent on him.
Yeah.
Very, very southern.
It really does feel like this guy just was wandering around and they just brought him in and put him in this scene. He doesn't put much into the performance. It's very lo-fi.
Lo-fi Shakespearean.
But yeah, Titus gives him a message to deliver to the Emperor.
So he's more like a mailman than anything.
Yeah, he's just like a delivery guy. And he delivers the message that's attached to a pigeon.
So what? Why? Why?
I don't know. Well, I'm not sure.
I thought it was like a male pigeon or something.
Yeah, and quite hilariously, Saturninus gets the message and is immediately like, "All right, hang him."
Yeah, they hang the delivery man.
They hang the guy as he's reading the letter. But it's kind of it's quite meaningless. I don't even really know what that message says.
Well, I certainly couldn't tell you.
And then another messenger comes in with a more important message who tells Saturninus that Lucius, the oldest son, who's banished, is out and about hanging out with the Goths and he's raising an army.
Goth army.
And not only that, mate, but the people of Rome, they like Lucius a lot more than Saturninus. Tamora is like, don't worry about it, Saturninus. We'll sort this out. We've got an idea. We've got an idea to deal with this, to put an end to this. So then we cut to Lucius off in his banished area with the Goths. A guy comes over who has captured Aaron and Aaron's child, the illegitimate child. And Lucius is like, all right, we're going to hang this child in front of Aaron. Which is
fucking
like, there are really no fucking heroes in this.
No.
Like, Lucius is kind of presented as basically the hero, but he's planning to hang a baby.
That's not cool.
Pretty fucked up. Yeah, Aaron begs him to save his child, and he says he's going to reveal everything about Tamara, the whole plot, and Lucius agrees to this. And Aaron, Lexton Rayleigh's performance here, I feel like this is where it hits the peak of the absurdity.
He goes on so many like mad monologues, and he's kind of like cracking his fingers and like wiggling them around, and his head is always rolling around on his shoulders. So when he speaks, it's so animated.
Yeah, and I think something that I really felt, especially in this scene, is in the play and in other productions, this character can be really interesting and nuanced. But not when it's played like this, where it's just full cranked up villain mode.
Yeah.
So in that 1999 version, Titus with Anthony Hopkins, the actor that plays this role, Harry Lennox, is fucking amazing, and it's so good. So when I was watching this scene, I was just imagining this much better production of this, and being like, "Fuck, what an absurd performance this is." It is entertaining though. I'll give it that.
Yeah, he certainly left an impression on me.
That big bulging eye. So Aaron tells Lucius all about the plot with the gold and the rape of Lavinia, and there we go. So now everything is out in the open. So then a messenger arrives from Rome, and he invites Lucius to a party at his dad's house with Titus and the Emperor and the Empress. Then we're back to Titus. We're at his house, and Tamara and the shitty sons show up.
Oh, have they got these like masks on or something? Like skeleton demon masks?
They're very cheap looking masks.
Yeah.
Looks like they bought them at like a Halloween store or something. So basically in this scene, Tamara is pretending to be this kind of spirit character.
Right.
Like she's presenting herself as revenge.
I did not get that.
Yeah, and her sons are murder and rape. And they take revenge on people who murder and rape. They're basically doing this to like fuck with Titus and make him think that he's gone crazy. So that's her plan. And it seems to be working because Titus is completely buying into this story.
Sure.
But then he breaks the fourth wall.
Does he?
And looks at the camera and he's like, "Hey, don't worry about it. I know who these motherfuckers are." So I know that they're fucking with me. So he actually isn't crazy, but is pretending to be crazy.
I did not get that at all.
I mean, it's pretty complicated.
There's so much going on.
Tamara goes off thinking that she's tricked Titus, and that Titus asks for the sons who are pretending to be these spirit characters to stay with him.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh yeah, he's crazy, so it's fine. We'll stay with him." And then he calls in his guards and he's like, "Yeah, tie him up."
That's right. I liked this scene.
Yeah, the guards start beating the shit out of the sons. And Lavinia, the tongueless Lavinia, is brought in to witness their murder, basically.
Yes.
The guards hold up their throats. They bring over a bowl. And Titus cuts their throats.
Yes.
Very good effect here as well.
And all their like neck blood is collected in the bowl, isn't it?
Again, lots of that cutaways to people cackling.
Yep. But then isn't Titus just like slashing away at them off screen, and blood's just like spraying up everywhere?
So he brings them over to like this slab, and he's like, "Oh, let's get prepared for the feast." And he starts chopping them up.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I was very happy when they died, especially the skinny one. He was really shit. Because there's like the skinny one and the fat one, isn't there?
Yeah, the skinny one gets more stuff to do, Kyron.
Yeah. He's not very nice.
Not a nice guy.
No.
So then we cut to the feast. We've got Lucius, the oldest son. We've got Tamara, the emperor. They're all there for this feast. And then Titus comes in with a ridiculous chef's hat.
Yeah.
And this weird white makeup on.
This is great.
It's so good. He's carrying like this big meal that's like covered with like a sheet.
Yeah.
And he's given out this pie for people to eat. And then in this like absolutely crazy moment, he's like giving this big speech, and then he takes out his sword and just chops off Lavinia's head.
Yep.
Who's sitting at the table because he says that she's been ravaged. And this moment is so ridiculous. There's like no impact to this scene. And there should be, because he's like killing his own daughter in this moment. So it can be like this really great moment, but here it's just like, oh, there goes the head.
Yeah, it's true. But like blood sprays over all the other guests, right? Over the Queen of the Goths.
Yeah.
Like, she's like wiping blood off her tits. Everyone's pretty unfazed, yeah.
And Saturninus, the emperor, he asks like, well, who ravaged her? Why'd you do that? And Titus says it was Chiron and Demetrius, the sons of Tamara, and he pulls off the cloth to reveal their heads on the plate. And what is so fucking funny about this scene is this is the big scene of the film. And what the fucking point of this scene is that they're all meant to be eating this pie that is made from the corpse of the sons, right? But what is so funny about this is that we haven't seen them eating. And then they reveal the heads. Then we cut to Tamara eating, but she keeps eating while looking at the head. She's like, oh no, but she's like still eating.
You think you're going to lose your appetite a bit, but no.
Oh, God. Now, have you seen the South Park episode that's based on Titus?
Oh, probably not.
So there's an episode that's really famous called Scott Tenorman Must Die. And it does this scene at the end of the episode. I think that might have been how I first heard about this play. Was from this amazing South Park episode where Cartman feeds a kid the bodies of his parents.
Oh, God.
And it's like known as kind of being a turning point in South Park where it started to get like much more extreme as it went along.
Yeah.
But anyway, everything just goes bonkers now. So for some reason, there's like a random baby at the table, like someone holding a baby.
Yeah.
Not Aaron's baby. Another baby.
I know.
And Titus stabs this baby and flings it across the room. Then he cuts Tamara's neck, killing her. And Saturninus, like, pulls out his sword, and there's like this really weird shot where he chops Titus in half, but we only see it really quickly, and it looks like a really good effect, but it's kind of ruined by this really bad like editing.
Yeah.
And all these like reaction shots. And the thing I love about this scene so much is like how slow everything is. So we just like all this violence is happening and we just cut to this one guy just slowly shaking his head in disappointment.
Still eating pie.
So Titus has been chopped in half. And then Lucius, the oldest son, he slowly pulls out his sword and they starts fighting the emperor. Other guys start randomly fighting each other, but it's all like very slow. So it's like, oh, okay, let's fight each other now.
Yeah.
One guy has his clothes ripped off.
Yeah. What's that about? And then gets his eye punched out.
Yeah. He just has his clothes ripped off. We see his butt, and then his eyeball gets punched out.
That's pretty good.
One guy gets one guy slashes at another guy, and we expect to see a head getting chopped off, but it just cuts to a foot being chopped off.
Oh, I love it.
And Lucius stabs Saturninus and blood spurting out and he's pulling his guts out. And yeah, Lucius is just hacking away at him and it's kind of like the shot of him like chopping him.
Yeah.
It's almost like got a kind of sexual vibe to it because it kind of looks like he's just sort of pumping away. And everyone's dead.
He's done.
Lucius is covered in blood, gives a big speech about the whole situation.
Yep.
And then Marcus grabs Aaron's baby.
Oh, dude, yeah, fucking hell. Another baby.
This scene. Another baby. And he smashes it against the wall. And it just explodes.
Behold this child. Of this was Samora delivered.
And then he flings it across the room again. There's so many babies flung across the room in this film.
And it's done so, like, casually. Like, he's, like, very low energy when he does it. Apparently, the infant's brains consisted of a mixture of customized stage blood and raw chopped turkey meat.
Oh, So much raw meat on this set.
Yeah, stinky, rotten raw meat. So there you go. Marcus pronounces Lucius as the emperor. And Lucius is now the emperor, which is a classic Shakespearean style ending there. And we get a few kind of, I just love this. Like, he's pronounced as emperor, and we just cut to a few Romans just sort of smirking. And then and finally we cut to Aaron, who's getting his punishment.
He's getting a sun burial, isn't he?
Yeah, so he's being buried and starved to death.
And his fucking baby is next to him on a stick.
Yeah. Not nice, is it? Not a fun way to go.
No, he does his mad cackle as always.
Despite everything.
Yeah.
We also cut to Tamara's just smashed up corpse as well, just hanging out there as well.
Pretty good.
Apparently, in this scene, her remains consisted of beef lungs and entrails.
More raw meat.
And a passing stray dog fainted, overwhelmed by the odor.
Oh.
So if a dog's fainting, you know it's not a good smell. Dogs love stinky smells.
Do they?
Yeah, they fucking love it.
They fucking love it. All right.
And then we get the end title with just screaming over the top again.
Stop screaming.
Did you like as well that the version we watched it ended with a little highlight reel?
Yes, very much so.
Got like a 10-minute highlight reel. Yeah. So there you go.
There you go. That was a lot. I'm glad you were able to put it all together for me, because I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah. No idea. Totally understandable. I would not have understood it had it not been, the fourth version of this that I had watched.
Right.
So after the film, the set was scrapped and new offices were built in its place, and it was leased to the IRS, as I mentioned before.
Yeah.
Something that's quite funny about that is apparently Joe Redner, because he's such a anti-authority sort of figure, right?
Yeah.
He loves the fact that the government pays him for these buildings. He gets a real kick out of this.
Right.
So for the release of this film, this is where it gets a bit confusing, because it's both listed as 98 and 99, but according to the website at least, it was completed in 1999, so the same year that the other version of Titus came out, which is pretty crazy. Amanda says that the film was popular overseas in Eastern Europe.
Really?
And apparently it was used in film schools.
Right.
Not really sure how that would be helpful at a film school. But apparently it was like shown as like, oh, here's like a cheap adaptation of a Shakespeare play.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I don't know how this would be used, but interesting.
Yeah. So from the website, it says that you could buy the film on VHS, and there was also a special edition on VCD and DVD.
VCD? Oh, right. Oh, so it actually did get a DVD release?
Yeah. I guess like just through the site itself.
Yeah.
And you could buy it on Amazon too, but I couldn't find any of these DVDs anywhere, or any VHS tapes for sale either, actually. On the website as well, there was also props for sale and shirts for sale. I guess they're all long gone now. And as for Amanda, she said she wasn't able to get her copy until quite late in 1999, and it's since been damaged.
Oh, no.
And it can't be watched anymore. And she says that her mother would love a copy of it.
Really?
And for what it's worth, she thinks that it was released in late 1998. So it's somewhere around there.
Right, okay.
She said to me as well, she has never known someone who even knows that it exists.
Right.
Outside of people she knew in school and stuff. And she also said that making this film, obviously it was like a very stressful experience. She said it was just from the heat. She lost weight making this film, just sweating it out.
It doesn't surprise me. Yeah.
So what a nightmare.
That sounds like a fucking nightmare. Yeah. That sounds like absolute hell to go through. And for 2 whole months as well.
Yeah, and for this is the result.
Well, I'm not the target audience for this, so I can't talk about the how good or bad or whatever it was. I'm sure if someone was a fan of Shakespearean adaptations, they might love this. I have no idea. I can't tell if this is a good adaptation or a bad adaptation or what, so I can't comment on that, whether the result is good or bad. But in terms of the gore and special effects, that was pretty fucking great.
It's funny you mentioned that you're not the audience for this, because my question is, who the fuck is the audience for this? Because if you like Shakespeare, you're not gonna want to see this. You're not gonna want to see a Wave Productions violent, shot on video, weird production. You're either gonna watch like a really good, cinematic production, or you want to see it on the stage.
Sure.
So for me, I was just so confused watching this and like the thought behind it. But I also kind of loved it as well, because in a very weird way, it is quite true to the spirit of the original play as this like extremely gory, trashy, black comedy production.
Sure.
But yeah, absolutely fucking fascinating bit of video. I don't really want to call it a film.
It's certainly something. It is something. I will give it that.
I honestly think it's like one of the weirdest pieces of like media that I've ever seen. I was so baffled by it the whole time watching it, and so shocked that it exists, and honestly like shocked that no one seems to have seen it.
Yeah.
But I think part of the problem is the running time and like how hard it is to watch if you don't know the source material, because it's so confusing, right? That is a good segue, I think, into the wrong-ometer.
Wrong-ometer, right. For me, the backstory is what really makes this fantastic. I mean, the content itself, the film itself, is a lot of dialogue, and then some really fun and over-the-top gore scenes sprinkled throughout. And it's really the gore scenes that adds to the wrongness. Oh, in fact, the only wrong part of this. Oh, and then the black guy played by a white guy, I guess, in the film itself. But yes, you got the black guy played by a white guy, and then like in terms of the gore stuff, you got babies getting stabbed and exploded against walls, multiple limbs and cut off, and blood spraying everywhere. So I think like just for that stuff alone, I would give it like a 5 or something. But then when we talk about the backstory and the fact that it was produced by a strip club owner, you had a 16-year-old girl doing whatever she did in this with raw meat in 40-degree warehouses with dogs passing out. It sounds like a fucking nightmare, and I think that just bumps it up to easily a 7.
I'm gonna go even higher. I'm gonna go for a 10.
Jesus.
Because for me, I just cannot fucking believe that this exists. And to me, it's not really only the gore that makes this fucked up. It's just everything about it. Like the production of this, the way it looks is so fucking weird.
Yeah.
And the fact that this was made and like who was it for? Like nothing about this makes any sense to me. And then on top of that, you've got exploding babies. Yeah, you've got really horribly miscast people. You've got absolutely insane performances, and then hearing all that extra stuff from Amanda. I mean, wow.
What a great source of information she was, though.
Truly. And yeah, so for me, it has to be a 10, because I don't think I've had my brain so intensely broken by something as this.
I'll join you there. My brain was definitely broken. Yeah.
And yeah, on Amanda as well, like a huge thank you to her, because she really saved me for this episode, because I was genuinely quite panicked about doing this episode until I got her answers there.
Yeah.
Very, very, very helpful. I think as well, if you want to check this film out, I believe, at least at the time of recording this, someone has put it up on YouTube.
Oh, great.
So you can watch the whole thing on there. And if anyone ever comes across a VHS or DVD, get in touch.
Just grab it.
Yeah, I want to see if there's any extra features on that DVD.
Be interesting, yeah.
Yeah, it says it calls it a special edition on the website.
Oh, okay.
So who knows?
Some behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Them just like compiling bits of raw meat into various forms.
Into various forms.
This one's for a baby. Smash it. Bring out the turkey meat.
Make sure it's rotten.
Yeah. Oh, sounds awful.
So gross.
Sounds awful.
Horrible. All right.
dear.
So, Guy, what are we doing next time? You're going to read the synopsis and I have to guess what it is?
Yes, but with the thing we're covering next time, because it is so shameless in its marketing, it just tells you what it is. It tells you. So there's no guessing. I'm going to tell you what we're going to be doing. It's not a I guess this is an adaptation. It's going to be the first of its kind in this season. The synopsis is the gut-wrenching true story of the torture, rape, and murder of Japanese girl Junko Furuta.
Wow, it really just is in the synopsis there.
It just tells you what it is. Now, listeners of this podcast will know that name, Junko Furuta. Her murder has been adapted into many films, most known as the concrete encased high school murder incident. There is also the film Concrete. There is also the film Juvenile Crime, all based on the same murder of Junko Furuta. Now, we are doing the film just titled Junko by director Abhinav Thakur. That's not a Japanese name. No, we are going to India.
Oh, boy.
India for a concrete encased high school murder girl film adaptation. It's Indian concrete, people. So,
wow.
Yeah, brace yourself. It's not going to be fun.
What a preview for next time.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, well, join us next time for
Indian...
Not a Fun Time.
Indian concrete. Oh, no.
And as always, give us a follow on Instagram, give us a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and all that stuff, and tell a friend about the podcast. Maybe not. Next time as well. maybe go back to something a bit more gentle.
Super Shusha.
Yeah, listen to Super Shusha first. There's your gateway into the podcast.
All right. Bye.
Bye.